Kirk Cousins came out a couple days ago, said, there were some injury issues late in the season that he hid that were the reason that he played so poorly second half of the year. Is he making more sense? I know you've also talked about, could Matthew Stafford save the Browns? So those two quarterbacks, the veteran quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins and Matthew Stafford, they both exist on different tiers, right? If you're able to get Matthew Stafford, I think that's the one thing you can kind of sell is like, hey, we're winning now. We're going to have a window to try to do something this year. I don't know how realistic that hope is, but you do have that hope, at least. It's a valid hope because he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and it wasn't that long ago that he won a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams. Um, Kirk Cousins is a bit of a different one, right? Like you're looking to get average quarterback play over the next couple of years. I think Kirk can give you that, right? I think a lot of what made him play so poorly in Atlanta was fit and was injury. And I think if he recovers from that well and he works out fine for you in the off season, then I think he'll be a fine average starting quarterback, which would be a massive upgrade to what the Browns had at quarterback last year.
So let me ask you this. If the Browns get average quarterback play last year, what's their win total?
They're probably like a 9-10 win team, right? They're probably similar to
Yep.
Pittsburgh, I would think, right? If they just get average quarterback play, but the truth is they didn't just get average, below average, right? They got the worst quarterback play in the NFL from Deshaun Watson, and probably the second worst quarterback play, or worse than Deshaun Watson, out of DTR for most of the season. When they did have Jameis in there, they played about 500 football, but then obviously Jameis's interceptions reared their ugly heads there. It's ugly head there. So, the quarterback play was just abysmal last year. If you can get somebody who can hold down the fort, I mean, we saw in 2023, they got decent quarterback play. They won 11 games in the AFC North, where it's always difficult to win 11 games. I find it hard to believe that if they would have gotten similar or better quarterback play than they did in 2023 out their quarterbacks, then they wouldn't have a similar result.
So is there a good quarterback option for 2025? I'm curious. It's like Kirk Cousins makes the most sense. I don't see one. Do you?
There's not a single solution here that's going to make you go, oh my goodness, Andrew Berry's the greatest GM ever. We just solved the quarterback. Like there's nothing like that, right? Everything's going to be okay, right? Like that's the level of solution that we have at quarterback. This is why I don't think it's a year to go for your long-term solution at quarterback. There's not going to be a secret trade out there that's going to save you. Like anything that they do would be short-term. Any long-term move they can do, I would have serious questions about, right? Like if they were out to trade a bunch of first-round picks for Kyler Murray. Yeah, it's better than last year, but it's a high price to pay to get better than last year, right? Same thing with like using number two on Cam Ward or Shador Sanders. Not a big fan of that either. So it's a year, Dave, where the answer to quarterback is going to be short term.
Yeah.
And you're hoping to find the best short term answer because if you look at 2026 and 2027, these look like dramatically better years to go get a quarterback than this year. And there's nothing you could do if you want to make that. Like you can't make one of these guys come out. So you just kind of got to wait, and you got to get an option at quarterback that's going to allow you to bide your time. And I mean that's where Kirk Cousins is, right? Vet minimum, one
Yep.
year contract. You don't got to commit much to him. It makes a ton of sense.